Hi, my name's Maddie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all of the books I'm going to read in September. I am traveling a lot in the month of September. I'll be out of town for about 2 weeks, so I won't be able to have a lot of books on me, so a lot of books I'm going to be reading are going to be on my phone or on my Kindle. So let's go ahead and get started. The first book on my TBR for September is going to be Free Me. This is the 4th book in the Wit Sec series. I believe it is the final book as well, so I'm excited to see where this ends. I read the first 3 books in about a week, and I am very excited to see where this goes. It's about this girl. Her entire family is unalived by a stalker, and he is pretty much still after her even though she is in a witness protection program, and she kind of starts having a fling with the boy next door, so I'm very excited. The next book on my TBR is going to be My Temptation by T.L. Swan. T.L. Swan is one of my ride or die authors. I love her so much. So in this book, the hero and the heroine are apparently mortal enemies, or at least she decides that they're enemies, and they live next door to one another, so I'm really excited. Ooh, I love T.L. Swan, so I am so hyped up for this one. The next book on my TBR is Darius by J.R. Ward. This is the prequel, I believe it's a prequel to her Black Dagger Brotherhood series, which is one of my favorite vampire series of all times. And this is about Beth's father, and kinda, I don't know if this is like what happened to him or what's going on in here, and I'm just very hyped up for this one. I have been kinda almost waiting for this book for a really long time, since I kinda first read the series. I pretty much read anything J.R. Ward writes. The next book on my TBR is Right Guy, Wrong Word by Julie Ann. This book is about, I don't even know, let's read it. Anna Black has had the perfect novel choice for her book club. She also has a sexy new neighbor who jumps at the opportunity to join fellow bookworms in discussing their pick for the summer read. He's almost perfect until he says the wrong word. Will they write their own story, or will their chemistry die when fiction turns into reality? I love books based off of, around, or based on books, or based around books. So I am very curious to see where this goes. I wonder if it'll be as emotional as her other book, Before Us, which I read earlier this year and was devastated over. But this sounds really interesting, and I really liked her writing style, so I'm excited to pick this one up too. The next book on my TBR is Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. It is somewhere in my house, and I don't want to find it because it's in an Amazon box. And I haven't unloaded that haul yet, so. This is the 2nd book in the Realm Breaker series. Like I said in one of my previous videos, there was a lot of filler in the first like 80% of this book, and then like a lot happens in the last 50%. There was a lot of world building in this book as well, so I'm interested to see like kind of what she does with it. I am also waiting for the 3rd one to come out. I think it comes out in like January, February of 2024. So I got a while to read this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and just tackle it now, kick it out of the way. The next 2 books are from the Waiver Children series. It is the 7th and 8th book in the series, which is Where the Drowned Girls Go and Lost in the Moment and Found. I absolutely love the series. The books are really short, so I breezed through them. They're fantastic. I love the world building in them because each book is a little bit different than the last, and overall this has just been such a great time reading them, so I'm excited to read these 2. The 8th book is the last released one so far. The next book on my TBR is A Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue. This is the 3rd book in her trilogy, and I'm ready for this one. I don't know what else to say. It's like about a demon and a witch, and I think it'll be really interesting. You've kind of seen these characters throughout the last 2 books. It's been a while since I've read the other 2, but I really had a good time with this one. It's fun and just a little bit twisted and dark, but it's a good time overall. These next 2 books are under the assumption that I finish Ignite Me by Tahira Mafi, which is or I guess next 3 really. I'm just gonna try to knock out the series, which is Restore Me, Defy Me, and Imagine Me. I have really liked the 2nd book in the series a lot more than the 1st book. I think you kind of saw a lot of growth in her between the 1st and 2nd book, so I'm really excited to pick up the 3rd one and then pick up the next 3 books in this series. They're pretty short, they're YA, so it's pretty easy for me just to like kind of read through real fast, and I really like the second one, so we'll see how it goes. All right, this next book is also on the assumption that I finish Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I'm going to try to finish Finale, which is the third book in the Caraval series. I have had a little bit of I've been missing some characters in Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I finally decided that I needed to be back into this little magical world of Stephanie Garber's mind, and I've really liked it so far. I read Caraval about a year ago, wasn't a huge fan of it, picked up Once Upon a Broken Heart, fell in love with those books, and so now I've gone back to Caraval because I love the world building so much in Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't know why I didn't like Caraval the first time around. I don't know, maybe it was just like a headspace thing or what, but I have so greatly enjoyed the first book the second time around, and I'm going to try to tackle the third book if I finish the second book this month. I'm filming this video a little bit early. The next book I'm going to try to read is A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. This is about, even in my dreams makes me a traitor to the kingdom I am sworn to protect, but when the kingdom is attacked, I am forced to make choices I'm not prepared for. Our lies and deception are entangled in the shadows and stars, and as they unravel, so shall my fate. Betray my kingdom or betray my heart. Sounds really interesting. I've heard really great things about Holly Renee and her writing, so I am ready to jump into this little fantasy. The next one on my TBR is Can't Spell Treason Without T. I've heard this is not similar to Legends and Lattes, but kind of has that very like cozy, they're setting up a coffee shop, tea house situation. So I am ready for a cozy little fantasy to kind of break up my other fantasy books that I'm reading. And then I have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I'm not entirely sure what this one's about. This one is very popular. I had previously read her other book, Every Other Summer. I really liked it, and so I am very excited for this one. I'm guessing it's about, okay, so it is a second chance romance. So we'll see if I like this one, because I'm not sure about second chance romance still. She did a really great job with her other book, so I might like this one, honestly. The next book on my TBR is Lady of Darkness. I've heard this one's very similar to ACOTAR and ACOMAF, so we'll see if I like it, see if I think it's too similar. I've heard some people say they think it's too similar, so they've like stopped reading it because of that. I don't mind if it's similar to ACOTAR or ACOMAF. I don't mind. I'll figure it out as I go. But I am excited to pick this one up. I've heard really great things about it. It's a completed series as well, so who doesn't love a completed series? I mean, sign me up right away, man. All right, the next book on my TBR is A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Howell. I have really loved her vampire books, so I'm excited to read a different kind of world building scenario from her. This is a retelling of The Little Mermaid, so there's pirates and mermaids. It sounds really great. I have not felt failed by a book by Karina Howell this far, so I'm sure I will love this one as well. I mean, who doesn't love pirates and mermaids? And it's a standalone, so. The next book on my TBR is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. I have never read a Carissa Broadbent before. I don't know if this is a good starting spot or not. I do have Daughter of No Worlds, so I might pick that one up instead. We'll see when I jump into it whether or not I can follow it, because it is set in one of her other worlds, so maybe I would have more appreciation for it if I knew what was going on world building wise. I haven't heard a whole lot about this one, honestly, so we'll see. But basically it's about this girl. She's like, I think she's marrying this vampire conqueror, and she is supposed to kill him, and I'm guessing, you know, they fall in love and yada yada. Yeah, exactly, baba. They fall in love. Oh my god, who doesn't love a good love story? So the last book on my TBR comes highly recommended from a family friend of mine, and it is The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hell. This does seem a little bit out of my reading zone. I'm not entirely sure. Basically, it's about this boy with red pupils. He's called Devil Boy. Sam Hell by his classmates. Now as he looks back at his life, Sam embarks on a journey that will take him halfway around the world. This time his eyes are wide open, bringing into a clear view of what changed him to find him and what made him so afraid, until he can finally see what truly matters. So it seems like this is more like on the literary fiction side, which I'm okay with. I'm not sure if I'll entirely like this book. I'm not a huge literary fiction person, sadly. I wish I was. I wish I was one of those girls who get it, those who don't. I don't get it. So, and that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked, feel free to like and subscribe and hang out with me to talk more about books and book characters and all the other things that I love. I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.